$575 a month, folks. Who said that affordable rent wasn't out there? Take a look at this beauty of a place for $575 a month. This is Mr. Real Estate Florida showing us this. Rodney the Realtor, go check out his channel. We thank him for showing us this property. Oh, wow. Let me just go back here. $575 a month, 740 square feet. That's pretty small, people. And I don't know if I would want to rent this for $575 a month. Even if I was single, looks pretty beat up. Looks kind of dirty. Wow, if you want rent for less than $600 a month, folks, this is what you're going to be getting. And this is Florida. This is one of the cheaper states. Imagine this in California or something like that. You probably, in California, a place like this, even dirty and dingy, not updated, and honestly kind of scary looking. In California, this would probably be around $1,500, I'm thinking. Depends on the location, though. Even in not a good part of town, $1,500. I had to mute the sound because he's playing some song back here. Wow, this is the bedroom. No central air and heat. It's Florida. I could probably go without heat, but I gotta have air, man. So gonna have to get a window unit there. If you were single, or maybe not, maybe you just have to get a place to rent for cheap with your family. Would you rent this? Let me know. That's the second bedroom. That is small. People can wait. Can you fit is that a second bedroom? Can you fit a bed in here? All right, look at that. I'm not sure if you could fit a bed in there. Maybe a single bed, if you're lucky. Ah, there's the bathroom. It's so small. Wow. There you go, people. That's what you get in Winter Haven, Florida for less than $600 a month. Now, we're going to talk about some other properties today, folks. The cost of living has people paying these prices for places that aren't so nice. But if you look, if you're diligent, you can find places that are pretty good money for the dollar. And maybe you would say that that's good for the cost, right? It's pretty low. It's less than $600. Would you rent that out? If you were desperate, maybe not currently, but if you were just needing a place to live, tired of living with roommates, tired of living with your family, whatever it is, you wanted to move out, would you rent that place? And you're going to have to put some carpeting on the floor, right? I wouldn't trust that tile. But anyway, that's just me. Let me know what you think about that, folks. But average rent, folks, it's a lot. And a lot of people are having very, very difficult times. We've got landlords being really picky about their tenants, really greedy, raising rents. Things are changing, though. The market is shifting, and landlords are going to have a much more difficult time renting out properties like this and other properties. We're going to talk about that here in just a little while. But first, let's go to a different property and take a look here. All right, check this one out, folks. $4,000 a month, and wait till you see what's going on with this property. This is Side Money Tom here giving us this.
I can't stand when they come in these old neighborhoods and they build these monstrosities right next to the tiny, quaint, cute old houses. Anyway, you can rent this place right here for $4,000 a month, and you can't even rent the whole place for that price. So the listing refers to this as a month.
Wait a minute. $4,000 a month. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. $4,000 a month. Okay.
So the listing refers to this as a modern masterpiece, but really, it's multiple units sandwiched into one really ugly building. For that $4,000,
so that's not even the whole place. You don't get the whole place.
A month. You get no access to the ADU, which is in the same building, no access to the garage, street parking only. Really just don't understand it. Last year, someone bought just this house right here for
They paid $924,000 for that house. And unfortunately, it didn't tell us where this is located at. But anyways, let's check it out.
$124,000. They're trying to make you and me pay for it in the form of extremely high rent every month. We were all just to say, enough is enough. We're not going to rent these crappy places that are way overpriced anymore. We're not going to give the investors and the corporations the satisfaction. And instead...
Oh, that's so good. If only people could do that. If only everyone could get together and say we're not going to pay this. If everyone did that, these landlords, they would be forced to come down on their prices. And I'm a landlord. I'm a landlord. But I see people trying to get into the rental market. I've got someone in my family, a young person that's thinking about trying to go out and get their own home in California, starting off, just renting because he wants his privacy. And I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. These rents are so ridiculous. Of course, I'm in California, but we just saw what $600 get you in Winter Haven, Florida. Let's continue here.
Instead, we rent real places like this one that's 2 blocks away.
2,600, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000
And send a
square
message
feet.
to the investors.
Oh, wait, of course. They show it right here. This is Oregon, Bend, Oregon. So I apologize. Let me go back here. Let me go back. Because it does show us the location. Okay, where's the listing at? Okay, another one. The first one was in Bend, Oregon. And the second one...
For that $4,000 really ugly
added
building. For that $4,000 a month. Only. Really just don't understand it. Last year, someone bought just this house right here. We were all just to say, enough is enough. We're not going to rent that are way overpriced anymore. We're not going to give the investors and the corporations the satisfaction. And instead, we rent real places like this one that's 2 blocks away.
Sorry about the repeat here. 2,600, 3-bedroom,
And send a
1-bath,
message to the
1,000 square
investors
feet.
and say,
Wow, to me, folks, that's still a lot for Bend, Oregon. Better than the first one, but wow, $2,600 for 1,000 square feet, folks. Bend, Oregon.
And send a message to the investors.
Folks, I bought my home in California for $270,000. That was 2010. That was just about the bottom of the market. Actually, prices dipped even a little bit lower in 2011, then they started going up in 2012. So I just see these prices knowing what I paid for my house, and just for rental, it's outrageous, folks.
If you think this place is worth $4,000 a month with no access to the garage, nowhere to park your car, then you live in it, because we're done. The boomers are...
He says, you live in it, we're done. No garage, no parking. Whoa, I'm not sure what that video was. Check him out, though, if you're interested in that next video that came up with that interesting imagery. But what do you guys think about that one? Bend, Oregon, folks. All right, we're going to jump around the U.S. a little bit. Now we're going to go down to Georgia. $450 a month in Georgia. Let's take a look and see what we get down there.
This is what
all right, I'm going to restart this one here.
$450 a month rent gets you.
Sorry, usually I have these clips all pulled up here, so I apologize here. And this is Sam Leanne 89 showing us a property down in Georgia, $450 a month. Wow. You're out in the country, though, folks.
This is what $450 a month rent gets you.
Looks like a modular
out
home
in the boonies
built on a permanent
somewhere
foundation.
in Georgia.
Landlords are not greedy.
Hold on, I'll show you the backyard.
Must be
This is the
a
inside.
individual owner and not a company. Okay, pretty big on the inside for a modular home. Or is that a manufactured home?
That's my bedroom. Living room, kitchen, the backyard.
Tell you what, I'd rather live in this place for $450 a month than Winter Haven, Florida for, what was it, $575 at that property.
My doggy.
Nice
What are
backyard.
you doing, Jack?
Big backyard. I think that dog's going to be getting
What
out
you
of that
doing?
fence, though. Is that a
What
fence
you
back
doing?
there?
What are you doing?
If I was talking to this person, I would say your dog's going to run away. That fence is not going to stop that
What are you
dog.
doing, huh? Anyways. It's my house. Alright, chill out. Chill out.
All right. So obviously we could see it's about location. It's about finding the right place. There's still places to rent for cheap out there. And let's move on to one more, though, here, folks. Actually, real quick, I was going to move on. But a comment on that video with that home in Georgia says the following. I'm a landlord in Georgia. I have 5 rentals on 40 acres with 4 lakes. Everyone gets full use of property. My highest rental is 3-bedroom, 2 full baths for $650 a month. My lowest 2-bedroom, 1 bath is $450 a month. Wow, that sounds like a good deal. So, wow. I'm going to tell the person in my family looking to rent, maybe to move to Georgia. That's too far away from California. But the bottom line is, folks, the reason putting this video out is to let you know that if you're struggling to pay rent, you're going to have to just look at other locations, right? We've seen the difference between different areas. The worst property that we showed you today in these videos in California, that place would have been over $1,500 a month. But then you can get something out in the country in Georgia, and there's plenty of other places, Ohio, Indiana, out in the country in Iowa, states like that, the Rust Belt, and then the Corn Belt, Iowa, Oklahoma, those states. There is cheap rent, but a lot of people want to live in or around big cities for a few reasons. One, that's where most of the jobs are. 2, that's where most of the fun stuff is, the nightlife, the entertainment, the bars, the clubs, the sporting events, right? Not too many sports teams are way out in the country where people have to drive 2 hours to get to. No, they're usually in downtown areas like San Diego. We have Petco Park right downtown, and parking is ridiculous to go to a baseball game. I haven't been to a baseball game at Petco Park in probably over 10 years, and it's only a 12-minute drive from where I'm at to get there. All right, but back to this Georgia property here for a minute. Someone else in comments said those jobs in that area are paying $6 an hour. Somebody said, yes, I'm 15 minutes north of Birmingham, Alabama, paying $500 a month. There you go, folks. So some cheap rents are out there if you're struggling. We've talked about people struggling on this channel. You need to possibly think about relocating, folks. Live out in the country, grow yourself a garden, do what you have to do. Hopefully you can work at home with the work at home craze. We did see a lot of people enabled and allowed then were possible to move out to the country with the work at home thing. But a lot of companies started calling people back, which I think is ridiculous because a lot of these people moved away, especially starting in 2020. They moved away from their downtown residences and bought homes or rented homes further out of the city, out in the country. They need to not call people back to the city, folks. They need to let more people work at home, pay lower rent, not have to commute back and forth. Next, you want to find some affordable rental homes. We're going to go up to Detroit, Michigan, folks. I'm from Michigan. I happen to love Detroit. A lot of memories there, a lot of driving from my small town in Michigan to Detroit for concerts, sporting events, watch a lot of Detroit Tigers baseball games. Back when it was the Silver Dome, watching the Detroit Lions. I love Detroit, folks. Not that I would want to walk down many of the streets at night in Detroit, but a lot of memories going to Detroit. Here is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, folks. Take a look. And I had to mute it. They're playing a song here. Wait, sorry, let me rewind it here. Sorry, let me go back to the beginning on this one. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, $800 a month. Newly rehabbed, 2-bedroom. Detroit's West Side, West Warren and Whitlock Avenue. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, $800 a month. Not bad. Floors, freshly painted. Not as scary as that one in Winter Haven, Florida. Actually, not even scary at all, except for maybe the neighborhood. Maybe not, though. Not all of Detroit is bad. Remember that. Oh, okay, not bad. Detroit, Michigan, folks. And just to give credit where credit's due, that one's put out by KellenGanda.Rentals. So check that out if you're interested, or if you just want to leave a comment on the channel, or just want to know who it is. All right, now look at this one, folks. 1-bedroom, 1 bath, Highland Park. I believe it said this one's 577 square feet. Look how narrow that walkway is. Imagine hauling groceries up those stairs every time. The yard is basically concrete. Okay. Wait, let me just check and see if he's playing a song in the background. Yeah, I can't play the audio because they're playing a song here. Let me just get back to where we were. We have a surprise, though, with this rental. 1 bedroom, 1 bath. $3,000 a month, folks. Look at this. But you get unlimited oranges. Well, maybe not unlimited because there's only like 6 on the tree. You probably eat them in a short time. Actually, a lot of people would like the concrete. They don't have to mow the lawn. Less maintenance. And let's see here. It's going to take us inside the home. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, stack washer dryer. Very nice. 577 square feet, though. I believe that's what the listing said here. Let me just confirm that, though. Pretty big inside area there. Is that the living room? Smaller kitchen. Decent cupboard cabinet space. Updated appliances, looks like. Fairly new. Okay, not a bad bathroom. Okay, got the glass shower door there. The glass, yeah. Not much privacy there. Highland Park, is that Florida? Let me just look it up real quick here, folks. Sorry, usually I have this all done before I even start recording. What? California? How did I not know that? Huh. Los Angeles, really? No wonder it's $3,000 a month for 577 square feet. A lot of people in comments love it. $577 square feet, folks, in California, in the LA area. $3,000 a month for 577 square feet. That's crazy. But people are thinking it's a good deal. That just shows you how insane the market is right now. People think, and this is Los Angeles, so keep that in mind. People think that 577 square feet for $3,000 a month is a good deal. And maybe it is. Maybe you're making good money and that's a good deal for you. That's all you need is maybe it's just you. Maybe you're single. Maybe not, but maybe you're an actor. Maybe you're a movie star and you need just a small place. So you're probably not starring in very big movies, though, if you're getting that. Anyways, hope you guys like this video. What do you think about these rentals, starting with the one at the very beginning? Would you live in a place like that just to save money? Or are you just going to pay the price to live in someplace nice or nicer? Please let me know down in the comments. And what are you paying? Where are you at? And what are you paying? I showed you California prices, Florida prices. We looked at Georgia. Where are you at and what are you paying? Let me know. Or if you bought a home, let me know. All right. I bought mine in 2010. I told you what I paid. Pretty transparent about everything here. So I'd like to hear from you down in comments, everybody. Thank you for watching. As always, keep stacking. Bye for now. Big love. Peace.